All right, time for game set game of the week, and we get out of here. So you took a page of something a little topical last week, something pretty notable last week. I'm going to take that same approach where it's slightly topical, but it was more topical last week than this week. And it's going to feel like beating a dead horse because of how much we talk about it. It didn't make game set a game of the week last year. So I figure let's go ahead and make it because I love this game and you should go play it. Game set a game of the week this week. We're going to do the 100 line Last Defense Academy. John over there chuckling. It was very topical last week. If you didn't want to do it last week, I already had 100 line. I told you last week I had 100 line already. I had my next game already.
This is gonna be your game. This is gonna be your game that, like, for me, is Force of Nature 2.
Yeah.
Where you will bring this up whenever you have the opportunity.
It's a great game that people need to play, man. Because it was like one of the most slept on games last year because it released the same day as Expedition 33. not great for it, but as the year went on, people played it. It's a very ambitious and large game. That's one of the biggest things that I admire about it is I admire just how ambitious it is, right? I've said it before. This is a game that when I look at it and look what it brings, this is a game that I look and view as art. And I don't simply mean the art style, right? You can love or hate the Danganronpa art style. It's still visually creative to some capacity. What I mean is just what they put into the game and made it so expansive. So it is a tactics visual novel game where you are part of this last defense of defending Earth, and you're defending in this academy known as, of course, Last Defense Academy. And there is something at the core of the academy that you are specifically protecting. And if the invaders get to that, is basically the end of all life. Throughout the game, that you are told that there is still life that's existing, and you are just the last protectors and the last bastion to protect this core thing. Obviously, I don't want to give spoilers because this game has a lot of plot twists, a lot of deep story narratives in how it kind of goes. But the interesting thing about it, about how expansive it is like when it says the 100 line, it's strictly referring that you will go through 100 days in the game, and everyone will go through the same route zero. But once you complete route zero, that's when the rest of the game opens up to you. There are some different ways where the game continues. Again, just play the game to experience it. But once you complete route zero, dude, the world's at your fingertips. I mean, how you play the game from there in terms of narrative is totally up to you. The creator, during its release was saying that, hey, this game could make us go bankrupt if it doesn't sell well. It sold well enough. They're not going bankrupt. He has said that he's never making another game like this again because of just how much work it went into it. And so the news that we talked about last week is that he wants to keep working on it for 10 years and keep on adding more and more and more routes. What was the number? It was like 400 routes or something like that. I don't remember.
Something like that.
He wants to add a dumb amount of story routes, and all those routes basically all go the 100-day length. So this is a game that I don't think anyone will ever fully complete. If you do, you're a psychopath, just like the creator of the game's a psychopath. But it's really fun, man. It's got, again, some great plot twists and great story beats. The tactics element is very fun. If you enjoy tactics games, play it off that alone as well. It is fun. It's almost kind of similar to how John felt towards Digimon Survive, where it's like you came for this and you stayed for this. It's kind of the same thing of like I came for the tactics stuff and the unique concept, and then I stayed for the visual novel stuff and where this story was going, and the idea that once I complete this and then this happens and all these routes open up, every choice that I make matters. And it's not the same at any point, because even going through the beginning of your first route and you think you know what you're doing and you think you know what your character thinks he knows what he's doing, he quickly finds out he doesn't. There are slight tweaks here, slight tweaks there. It's like, that's not right. That's not right either. All right, let me figure this out. It's a fascinating game. Again, it's one that I look at as like, this is art because of the amount of work that went into it. So that alone is why I'm going to forever push this game. I've never played a Danganronpa game in my life. For further narrative, this game I am not the target audience for. I just really appreciate the amount of work that went into the game. 100 line Last Defense Academy, game set game of the week. Go play it. I think it also won. Didn't it win JRPG of the year last year for the Gamesthetic Awards? I think it did.
I don't remember.
It won an award. I think it was JRPG of the year. I think it won JRPG. Shout out to that. Shout out to people who voted for the Gamesthetic Awards. But yeah, go play 100 Line. It's a great game. I really enjoy it. But now you're right, though. That's going to be my Force of Nature.
That's going to be the one that like just sits there whenever you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, we're going to talk about this now.
Look, people need to play it. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's really fun. I really enjoy it, and people need to play it.